All right, I feel weird starting a video without an intro. So, we're going to talk about every shady trick social media uses to keep you scrolling, buying, posting, and low key losing your mind while thinking it was your idea the whole time. Let's break it down. 1. Deepfake and AI manipulation. Deepfakes and AI manipulation are basically when artificial intelligence is used to create fake videos, images, or audio that look and sound extremely real. We're not talking bad CGI or obvious filters. We're talking presidential speeches that never happened, celebrity interviews that were never filmed, and even phone calls that sound exactly like someone you know, even though it's entirely fake. And this isn't some fringe internet experiment anymore. It's a full-blown menace. AI-generated content has gotten so good, most people, especially those over 40, can't even tell the difference. Like the other day, my dad sent me a video of our president promoting a gambling website. He looked serious. He sounded real. My dad was like, "Is this how low our leaders have stooped?" I had to laugh and tell him it wasn't even real. It was AI deepfake, 100% fake scandal. He stared at me like I was the one lying. Maybe someone should make a course on how to spot fake AI videos, but a free one this time. Second, fake reviews and testimonials. Fake reviews and testimonials are social media and online marketing's favorite little trick. You've seen them. "This changed my life." Or, "I can't believe how amazing this is." All supposedly from real people, except sometimes they're not. And now it's next level. There are even apps that simulate engagement. You'll see little pop-ups like, "Sarah just bought this course," or "Jake is typing a positive comment right now," designed to make you panic, feel left out, and click buy now, like it's a life or death decision. It works because humans are wired to follow the crowd. If everyone's supposedly doing it and loving it, maybe you should too, right? Except, spoiler alert, that crowd might exist only inside some marketing software. Third, parasocial relationship exploitation. Parasocial relationships are when you start to feel close to someone online who doesn't even know you exist. You follow their content, laugh at their jokes, maybe even cry when they post a vulnerable moment. And somewhere along the line, it starts to feel real. But it's not. Platforms like Twitch and OnlyFans have turned this dynamic into a full-blown business model. Creators lean into it hard. They call you king, babe, bestie. And for a second, you forget that this is part of the act. You donate, you subscribe, you comment, like your life depends on it, and while you're hoping for a little validation, they're cashing out big time. And I mean big. There was literally a girl who made $1 million in 3 hours the day she turned 18, just by showing up. No degree, no years of experience, just a camera, a platform, and millions of people starving for connection. Meanwhile, people out there are working 40 to 60 hours a week doing actual hard jobs and won't make $1 million in their entire lifetime. Something about that doesn't sit right. It says a lot about where our attention is and what we reward in this generation. Fourth, FOMO triggers. FOMO is what happens when social media convinces you that everyone else is living their best life while you're stuck eating leftovers in bed. It's that constant feeling that something amazing is happening without you. And if you don't check your phone right now, you'll somehow miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This is the same exact playbook fake gurus use. They'll post screenshots of six-figure bank deposits, blurry photos of private jets, and captions like, "This could be you if you weren't wasting time." They're not selling a course. They're selling the fears that if you don't buy it right now, you'll stay broke forever while everyone else levels up. Fifth, algorithmic feed manipulation. You might think you're in control of what you see on social media, but the truth is, your feed isn't a timeline. It's a maze, and the algorithm is the one holding the cheese. Every like, pause, comment, or accidental click is tracked to predict what will keep you scrolling the longest. You watch one video about productivity. Suddenly, your feed is flooded with grindset bros waking up at 4 a.m. You laugh at one dumb meme about astrology. Now the universe thinks you're a full-time crystal girl. It's not giving you what you need. It's giving you what you'll react to. I mean, just look at those AI-generated cat videos. Literal fake cats doing fake things in fake worlds. The other day, I saw a video of a cat general commanding an army. And guess what? It had 120 million views in just a few weeks. The algorithm doesn't care if it's real, useful, or absolute nonsense. It just wants your eyes glued to the screen and your brain swimming in dopamine. Sixth, targeted advertising. Targeted ads are like that one creepy guy at the party who overhears you mention you're hungry and suddenly hands you a sandwich. Except in this case, it's your phone handing you 14 ads for air fryers because you thought about chicken nuggets one time in 2021. This isn't magic, it's surveillance with a smile. Every site you visit, every product you hover over, every meme you laugh at, it's all data. And that data gets sold, sliced, and served to advertisers who know more about your spending habits than your own family. Seventh, social proof, manipulation. Social proof is the psychology trick that makes you think, if 1,000 people are doing it, maybe I should too. And social media weaponizes that like it's a cheat code. You don't actually know if a product is good, but if it has 200,000 5-star reviews and 1,000 glowing comments, your brain just assumes it must be worth it. But here's the thing, a huge chunk of that is fake. 8. Faked authenticity. Faked authenticity is when someone carefully crafts their content to look raw, honest, or relatable, even though it's just as calculated as a brand commercial. It's pretending to be vulnerable, so you'll trust them more, engage more, and eventually buy more. 9th, algorithmic echo chambers. An algorithmic echo chamber is what happens when your feed slowly starts showing you only the stuff you already agree with. It's like living in a house where every wall is a mirror, and eventually you start thinking your reflection is the only reality. Social platforms do this on purpose. If you like one video about a conspiracy theory, your feed goes, "Oh, you like conspiracies?" And suddenly you're 3 swipes away from believing pigeons are government drones. 10th, emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is when content is carefully crafted to stir up your feelings just enough to get you to engage, not because it's meaningful or important, but because your emotional reaction is profitable. And social media platforms have perfected this. They've studied human behavior to a scary degree and discovered that people are more likely to react to things that make them angry, sad, insecure, or outraged than things that actually make them feel good. 11th, shadow banning. Shadow banning is when a platform secretly limits how visible your content is without ever notifying you. You're technically still posting, but your reach quietly drops off a cliff. Fewer views, fewer likes, fewer comments, and you're left wondering if the algorithm just got bored of you. It mostly affects creators. One day you're getting decent engagement, and the next it's like you vanished. No warnings, no explanations. You haven't broken any obvious rules, but somehow you've triggered something behind the scenes. Maybe you used a controversial word. Maybe your content got flagged by a bot. Or maybe you just didn't dance hard enough for the algorithm. 12th, clickbait headlines. Now, this one's notorious, and honestly, it's partly the audience's fault. These days, it feels like nobody wants to watch anything unless the title is screaming in all caps with fire emojis and the thumbnail looks like the world's ending. You could make the most informative, well-researched video on a life-changing topic, but if the title says something boring like how to save money, it'll get buried under "this one trick made me a millionaire overnight." Because that's what people click. Clickbait is when a headline or thumbnail exaggerates, distorts, or flat out lies just to grab your attention. It promises insane drama, shocking facts, or emotional chaos. And more often than not, it delivers absolutely none of that. 13th, data harvesting. Data harvesting sounds like something done in a sci-fi lab by guys in white coats, but it's actually just your favorite apps quietly collecting everything about you. Your likes, your clicks, your location, how long you pause on a post, what you search at 3 a.m., how often you open that one profile and pretend you're not stalking. All of it gets scooped up, stored, and sold. The worst part? It's usually happening in the background. You didn't agree to it unless you count scrolling past the 47-page terms and conditions you pretended to read. 14th, engagement bait. Engagement bait is basically social media's way of saying, hey, let's trick people into talking to me so I can feel relevant. You know the posts. Tag a friend who would do this, or comment yes if you love pizza, or the classic like this in the next 5 seconds, or you'll have bad luck forever. It works because your brain loves tiny rewards. Every like, comment, or share spikes a bit of dopamine, and suddenly your feed is full of people playing mini obedience games without even realizing it. And then there's the spicy stuff, the posts that are outrageously provocative just to get a reaction. Stuff like, pineapple on pizza is a national crime, fight me in the comments. Or, if you support this country over that one, you're evil. Suddenly, everyone's typing, debating, arguing, sharing, and feeding the engagement monster. 15th, trend exploitation. Trend exploitation is when creators or brands jump on whatever is trending. Not because they care, but because the algorithm is foaming at the mouth for engagement. And it's not just news channels or drama accounts anymore. Last year, when that Mr. Beast controversy hit, creators who normally make cooking videos were suddenly dropping deep dives about it. People who hadn't said a word about the guy in years were suddenly investigative journalists. Then came the Diddy situation, and overnight, your favorite productivity podcasters became true crime detectives. And now, it's the Epstein files. Everyone and their dog is talking about government cover-ups, even if their last upload was about their gym routine. Okay, I may have exaggerated, but you get the point. 16. Psychological profiling. Psychological profiling is when platforms don't just collect your data, they analyze your behavior to figure out exactly who you are, what you want, and when you're most likely to fall for something. It's not just about age or location anymore. It's about how fast you scroll, what colors catch your eye, what kind of posts you linger on, and what type of content makes you angry, excited, insecure, or just vulnerable enough to click buy now. 17. Cancel culture and herd mentality. Cancel culture and herd mentality go hand in hand, and together they turn the internet into a gladiator arena where everyone's just waiting for the next person to slip up. One wrong take, one badly timed joke, one 2012 tweet dug out of a digital grave. And suddenly, the entire internet is foaming at the mouth screaming accountability while hitting retweet like it's a sport. Now, don't get it twisted. Real accountability, that's a good thing. But cancel culture isn't always about that. Sometimes it's just about rage farming. It's a dopamine hit. Someone messes up, and for 5 minutes, everyone gets to feel morally superior, even if no one actually cared about the issue 30 seconds ago. And there you have it. Every shady trick social media uses to keep you scrolling, buying, posting, and low-key losing your mind. Which one messed with you the most? Let me know in the comment. If you found this even slightly helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got way more coming that you probably didn't realize you needed until now.